recording? We started? Day 5? Let's go. All right, so we are just checking out of the hotel. We are gonna go and head back to the park, actually, because we have some really cool things that we want to do before we head over to our very last challenge that we are able to complete, because today's Monday now and the Federal Reserve Bank is open. So that's gonna be exciting. We have a couple other things that we're gonna try to get done. We're gonna try to do a few additional modes of transportation if possible, so we can get some additional points. And yeah, so that way we can end up winning this challenge for Team Cash. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are for day 5. It's gonna be a fun one, and we are gonna do some really cool things today, so stick around. One ticket for
yes, sir. One adult ticket.
yes.
AC 51.
So we get a free soda when we enter, but neither Kurt or I actually drink soda ourselves, so oh well, it's all good. So we're gonna start here in North America. I don't drink soda, as I mentioned earlier, so we do like vitamin water or Minute Maid. Is there more stuff on the sides? I like tea from Europe. It's good. Smells like those Otter Pops. Doesn't taste like the Otter Pops though. Let's see how this tastes. Wow, it tastes like ginger ale. Shocking.
Imagine that.
Right? That one was from Latin America. Cheers. All right, so we tasted a little bit of Coca-Cola from around the world. Not actual Coca-Cola, but like the different types of drinks and whatnot. But I'm gonna finish up with some Powerade Lemon because I need to get some of those weird tastes out of my mouth. But it was really cool to try them. But I'm gonna finish up with this. Alright, so we stopped by the Coca-Cola area, which was really cool. Kind of like a spur-of-the-moment thing. We wanted to kind of experience some more here in Atlanta. Now we're going to go to the Federal Reserve Bank so we can complete our very last challenge here in Atlanta. So this should be a lot of fun. Let's go. This is my kind of place. Free. I love it. Let's go in and check it all out. We just walked into the Federal Reserve Bank so we could do some video shots, but unfortunately they told us that we can't do any recording. So we're still gonna go inside, take a look in, so that way we can complete our challenge, but unfortunately we can't take you guys along with us. So we'll do the best we can to kind of give you guys an idea of what it was like. So we're gonna go hop in and learn some We're gonna go hop in and learn some stuff about money. Let's go. All right, so we just finished the tour for the Federal Reserve Bank here in Atlanta. Again, we couldn't take you guys in. I do apologize for that, but it was really cool. There was so many different things that we really wish we had the camera for so we can give you guys some extra footage. But unfortunately, that was not the case to be able to do recordings in the building. I'll just kind of go over some of the cool things that I found out. So the $100,000 gold certificate banknote is the highest printed note that was ever made, but it was never used in circulation. It was only used between the transactions of the Treasury and the Fed. So I thought that was really interesting. And then from the founding of the Federal Reserve System in 1913 to today's date, they have 7 versions of the $20 note that was printed. And then for one thing that I found super fascinating is that they had fractional currency notes for like coins. So instead of the actual coins, it was like a little note, and Kurt and I got to see them, and they were really cool. It was like a 3-cent note, 5-cent note, 15-cent, and a 25-cent note. And the reason for that was because people were like hoarding the coins and actually using stamps as like change. And so the banks decided to start making some fractional notes. It didn't last very long, obviously, because they don't exist right now. So I thought that was kind of cool. So fact number 3, even though I wasn't counting until just now, was all 13 original colonies actually issued their own money for a little while there, which I thought was kind of crazy, because if you try to imagine spending money from one colony to the next in those early days, that must have been really, really tough to be able to do. And fact number 4, because I guess I'm going to start counting now, is that America's first paper money was actually redeemable in English shillings, which I thought was really cool. I never actually knew that. For me personally, I thought it was kind of interesting. Just in general, the Atlanta Fed here actually destroys over $10 million in unfit currency every single day. So if the money just isn't useful, or if it's counterfeit or any of those kind of things, they end up shredding that money in over $10 million every single day. So that's kind of unfortunate, right, with all that money being wasted. Also too, the first coin was actually found somewhere between 1610 and 561 BC, which I thought was really cool. And then I also grabbed one of these on the way out from the Federal Bank, which is really cool. I actually got one from Colorado when I went there many years ago. So it's just a bunch of shredded money here. Definitely not useful. I can't put it together. Although if somebody wants to barter with me, I can, trade this for, something else, but kind of like them. Thought that was cool. So that is our experience here at the Federal Bank. It was really cool to actually even see the machines that they were using in real time. To count the money, to check for fraud bills, and to even go through the shredding machine. I thought it was a cool experience. Kurt, did you like it as well?
I loved it.
He was so fascinated about money.
I liked the benches that they had.
You like the benches, oh my gosh. So if you guys are ever in Atlanta, it is free to come in. It's no lines or anything, so you don't really have to worry about wasting too much time in lines. But it was a really cool experience.
What you were worried about today?
I wasn't really worried about lines, but if you're ever in Atlanta, I would highly recommend going, or if you're in an area that has a Federal Reserve Bank, it's just really cool to kind of experience, the behind the scenes of the money that we use, whether it's, in dollar bills, which is awesome, or in, your credit cards, debit cards, checks if you use them, but they don't have very much information about Bitcoin. Interesting. Head up to the airport.
What is that? A?
That's A. We are now heading over to the bus or metro or something like that to head all the way to the airport. Now, our flight did get delayed by about 40 minutes or so. So it's going to give us a little bit less time in Vegas, but we do plan on actually walking the strip and getting some awesome content for you guys while we are there. Maybe say hi to some people, and I lost my balance. And just have a good time in Vegas, why not? We are there. We're going to see if we can also gamble. Just maybe $1, because I'm not a gambler myself, but we'll probably put $1 down in one of the machines and see if we win anything. That'll be fun.
Can you hold my camera?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so here we now are at the airport. It took a little while to get through the security and just all the mess to get to an airport. So now we're a little hungry, and when you're hungry, I think a Snickers can help you. And I think that's another letter, if I'm not mistaken. So we are gonna grab a Snickers. Hi.
Are you photographing?
Yeah, doing a video. We are now here at the airport just waiting for our flight. As I mentioned, it was a little bit delayed, but we are still gonna get to Vegas on time, be able to do a little bit of video while we're there, and then, you know, be able to... We waited for like 10 minutes while she was talking, and she just keeps going and going, so she's like the Energizer Bunny. But anyway, so we had a great time here in Atlanta. We saw a lot of great things, met a lot of great people, had some really good food as well too. So we are excited though to head over to Vegas, meet everybody there at the Money 2020 conference. If you're there, make sure that you say hi to us while we're there. My name's Dennis and Kurt is my cameraman, so we will see you in Vegas. All right, so we made it here to Vegas. Our flight was fantastic. We got some challenges done up in the air, so that was great. Now let's go see the city before we need to catch a little bit of sleep for tomorrow's big day. We are here on the airplane, and this might be a first. We're actually going to be buying something. I'm here with Crystal on Spirit Airlines. And Crystal, where are we exactly?
Seems that we're over Arkansas right now.
All right, so we're technically in Arkansas. I mean, where else would we pretty much be? I'm going to actually be purchasing a Heineken, which is actually helping with our challenge, which is H for Heineken. So there's that for you, Crystal. Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
We got that right there. So we're here in Arkansas. That should count as that extra state for us, because I don't know where else we would technically be if we're not in another state. And did our extra purchase, plus got that H letter on there for you as well. So right over Arkansas there. Thank you, Crystal.